Alright, what do we got today?
Let Jesus into your hearts, and you can be a winner in World War III.
That charming gentleman is Frank, and we will get to him in a minute as we review the 1985 movie Static. Our movie begins with a concert by the Cruzados, who were in Roadhouse, and has the same lead singer as Tito and Tarantula, which was the band in From Dusk Till Dawn. Halfway through the song, their keyboardist just fucks off and leaves, so that's weird. I believe this is Julia, who we will see throughout the movie driving a bright yellow Volkswagen thing. There's a lot of copyrighted music in this movie. We'll get into why when we talk about the director. Don't know how much of it I'll get to use. Anyways, this is Ernie, and we meet him at work on his assembly line job where he is stealing a cross. He has stolen a lot of crosses from work.
So what are you doing here so early?
I got fired.
Are you kidding?
No, I really did. The foreman, he caught me taking a piece from my collection.
Don't worry about Ernie, though. Sure, he's been a little off since his parents died in a car accident 2 years ago, but he's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine, thanks to his new invention. It's gonna fix everything for everyone. No one will be sad anymore. He even has a vision of the future where he's gonna win the Nobel Prize for this invention.
Mr. Black, we understand that you are a prime candidate for a Nobel Prize this year. Any comment?
Well, now, I think it's a little early to speculate about that, don't you?
I'm sure the invention's gonna be great, Ernie. But first we must meet Doomsday Preacher Frank and Ernie's childhood best friend, possibly ex-girlfriend, Julia. Frank catches Julia taking a picture of him and is convinced that she's a government agent sent to stop him from spreading the truth.
The woman here is taking my picture to be published in certain governmental guidebooks to stop my words of grace from reaching your ears. You know this whore of Moscow?
Ernie, in his milkshake blender that he's fixing for the diner, sit down and talk to Julia. He's got a big invention. He's testing it today. He's gonna go to a lawyer and get it patented, and he's gonna solve all the world's problems. Julia, her life is kinda caca, as she says. Patty, the waitress, comes over, and she doesn't like Julia because she's kinda sorta dating Ernie, and she's jealous as X, maybe just his friend, is back in the picture. The lawyer tells him that I can't patent something without seeing it. I'm just a small town lawyer. He even refers to himself in the third person. But good news about the invention.
It works! Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Ernie has to go around and invite everyone to this big reveal, including Frank and his family. Turns out Frank is not a doomsday preacher. Frank is a doomsday prepper, and he pretends to believe in God so he can trick people into accepting their fate and dying during the apocalypse so that there will be more supplies for him and his family.
Huh. Airborne salute. And
He also drinks Tang and has a Vietnamese wife that he met during the war, and he named his kids North and South, but we will ignore that. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, the big reveal.
Before we go in, I just want to ask that no food or drink be brought inside.
Thank you everyone for leaving your popcorn outside and putting your drinks down. Now, the big reveal. Okay, so the kids aren't sold. But hear the man out. This invention's gonna make it so no one is ever sad again. Take it away, Ernie. What does it do?
Essentially, this is a television. But it's not a normal television. This is indeed a television that can tune in heaven.
Okay, Nagy, pay up. He's crazy.
Is he crazy, though? Or did the guy who's depressed over the death of his parents 2 years ago and desperate to see them again invent a TV that could... You know, now that I say it out loud,
It snowed.
Where?
Ernie, you need help. Your mind's affected.
okay, so maybe I added that sound effect, but when the town crazy thinks you're crazy, maybe something's wrong. Everyone leaves. Julia hangs on for a little bit. She eventually leaves herself, though, but does bring up a good point of, Ernie, we live in a pretty religious town. There's like 20 people in rural middle of nowhere. If it's still shit here, what makes you think that people seeing heaven will make any change? The next time we see Ernie, he is on a bus with a bunch of old people on a day trip from a retirement home. And he's upset that no one saw what he saw.
It works. It works. It worked! It worked for me! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Frank had given him a present for Christmas, and it turns out it's a gun. He has this weird plan that he wants to hijack the bus so it'll get covered by the news, and he gets to tell the news about his great invention, and maybe someone else will be able to see what he sees. The woman sitting next to him calls her friend Sarah over, and Sarah, I love you, Sarah. You are awesome.
Oh, Sarah. Sarah, this is Ernie Blick, my friend Sarah. Hello, Ernie. Where are you going? Sarah, this boy has a problem. Oh? He has a gun.
Sarah is all in on his plan. She talks to the bus driver, tells him that they're being hijacked, and Ernie has a gun. Ernie actually forgot his gun in the bag, and Sarah goes back and gets it and gives it to him. The bus driver calls this in, the sheriff shows up, Julia shows up, Frank shows up, but they all know Ernie's a wimp. Ernie's not gonna hurt anyone. So, Sarah, do your thing.
Come on, Ernie, I know you. You're not a very convincing terrorist, so you better cut to shit. I'm coming up on that bus, you're gonna get off with me, and then we can all go home.
He hit me. He's beating me up. Do what he says. He'll kill me. He'll kill all of us.
Ernie drops the gun. Everyone thinks he shot Sarah. She's done her job and just hides in the back of the bus for the rest of the movie. And the media shows up.
Screen, right here. I've been trying to put some finishing touches on it in time for Christmas.
How does it work, Ernie?
Oh, well, the main component is the antenna, which is here.
The media is intrigued and convince Ernie to let them see the machine, so they drive off towards his apartment. Overall! First, that's not the actual end of the movie. Spoilers at the end of this review. Yeah, I like this one. It's really quirky. Okay, Ernie's invention over and over does get kind of annoying. It's a small town with nothing to do, and everyone keeps talking about it. As I hinted in one of the clips, the men in town are betting on what the invention is, or if he even has an invention. Frank ends up winning that bet, saying that he's just crazy and didn't invent shit. Sarah is awesome. Don't know where they found this woman. She has no IMDb credits other than this movie, but her character is so much fun. There's a little bit of stuff between the waitress and Julia going on in the background. Frank's idea of pretending to be religious so he can trick people into willingly dying in an apocalypse so he can have more supplies is fucking hilarious. I have once again found myself watching a movie that no one has ever watched, seen, or heard of. Has 701 ratings on IMDb. The director's other movie, 1 Hour Photo, has 126,000. The difference is, I liked this movie. I thought it was very interesting. I was intrigued the whole time and interested in what's the invention. Once we find that out, is he crazy? Does he actually see this? Will the people on the bus be able to see it? Will they be able to help him? Will the attention find other people that know his invention works? And I was just interested the whole time on what's going to happen next. If you are a music fan, you may know the co-director of this movie, Mark Romanek. He directed music videos such as Beyonce's Lemonade, Taylor Swift's Shake It Off, Johnny Cash's Hurt, Michael and Janet Jackson's Scream. He has also directed music videos for The, Mickey Howard, Ryan Hitchcock and the Egyptians, De La Soul, ABC, Pop School Love, Definition of Sound, In Vogue, Katie Lang, Lenny Kravitz, David Bowie, Madonna, Morrissey, Nine Inch Nails, G Love and Special Sauce, R.E.M., both Michael and Janet Jackson, Sonic Youth, Eels, Weezer, Beck, Fiona Apple, Macy Gray, The Wallflowers, Mick Jagger, No Doubt, Audioslave, Linkin Park, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Johnny Cash, Jay-Z, Coldplay, U2, and Taylor Swift. As for the actors in this movie, I already told you the star is a TV director now. Frank the Preacher, he has been in 138 movie roles, but you will only recognize him probably as the warden in Shawshank Redemption. Julia is played by Amanda Plummer. She has 113 roles herself, mostly television, but you probably know her as Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction. Patty, the waitress, she is played by Lily Knight, has 83 roles, including mostly television episodes of American Horror Story, Grey's Anatomy, True Blood, Once Upon a Time, Castle, and The Mentalist. Thank you for watching. If you don't want to have the ending of the movie spoiled for you, stop right now. And as always, I shall try to do better next time. Bonus clip this time, end of the movie.
They're moving! Shoot out those tires!
What's the matter?
No, no! Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Cease fire!
Oh yeah, they kill everybody. The sheriff calls a fire truck, but they're all dead. We see Julia go to Ernie's apartment, fire up the machine, and put her hand on the screen, but we have no idea if she sees what he has seen, because we never see him see it either. And she gets back in her Volkswagen thing and drives back home. Roll credits. What a weird ending. I like this movie. The director has disowned it and claims that 1 Hour Photo was his first movie. He's doing commercials for jewelry stores now, so what the fuck do I care what he thinks? Goodbye.